Good morning, everyone. Each day, when you open your eyes, you are presented with a fresh opportunity, a new page, a blank canvas. How you choose to begin your day mentally sets the tone for everything that follows. That's why today, I want to share one powerful thing you should tell yourself every morning. I have control over my mind, my attitude, and my response today. This single affirmation, though simple, can transform how you handle stress, face challenges, interact with people, and pursue your goals. Inspired by Shi Heng Yi's philosophy from the Shaolin temple, this mindset teaches us discipline, mindfulness, and emotional control. Life may throw surprises your way. You can't control the outside world, but you can control your inner world. Every morning when you wake up, your mind is like a fertile field, ready to grow whatever seeds you plant in it. If you don't take control of your thoughts early in the day, your mind will automatically fall into old patterns, stress, negativity, fear, or even self-doubt. That's human nature. By telling yourself, I have control over my mind, you are making a conscious decision to take charge of your internal dialogue. This is not just about thinking positively. It's about developing mental discipline at the deepest level. Shi Heng Yi often teaches that your mind can either become your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy, depending on how you manage it. When you practice this affirmation, you're training yourself to become an observer of your thoughts rather than a slave to them. You learn to pause and notice when your mind drifts into anxiety, anger, or judgment. Instead of reacting automatically, you pause, reflect, and choose how you want to respond. This is called mindful awareness, and it's a core teaching in Shaolin philosophy. By mastering your thoughts first thing in the morning, you create a filter for the rest of your day. Negative situations will still happen, but they won't control your mood. You'll gain the ability to reframe challenges as lessons and failures as feedback. You'll start choosing thoughts that empower you instead of those that drain you. This mindset shift doesn't happen overnight, but with daily repetition, it becomes your natural state. You start waking up with a sense of calm power, knowing that no matter what external chaos is happening, your internal state remains balanced and strong. Mastering your thoughts isn't just motivation, it's mental fitness. Just like physical training, your mind gets stronger the more you work on it, starting with this one simple yet powerful sentence each morning. The first few minutes after waking up are some of the most critical moments of your entire day. Why? Because your mind is in a highly suggestible state. Whatever emotional tone you set during this time will likely carry through the next several hours. That's why affirming to yourself, I have control over my attitude today, is not just a motivational trick, it's a psychological strategy for building long-term emotional resilience. Shi Heng Yi often speaks about the concept of emotional energy management. This means that you are responsible for how much emotional energy you give away and to what. By consciously choosing your attitude at the beginning of the day, you put yourself in the driver's seat of your emotional state. Imagine this. You step out of your home, and the first thing you encounter is an angry driver cutting you off in traffic. Normally, that might ruin your mood for hours, but when you've already built emotional resilience by choosing your attitude in the morning, you're able to recognize that situation for what it really is, a small external event that doesn't deserve to control your inner peace. This resilience allows you to approach people and situations with patience and understanding. You stop reacting impulsively to things that don't deserve your energy. Whether it's a rude coworker, a sudden workload increase, or unexpected bad news, your pre-programmed attitude helps you remain calm and in control. Moreover, this daily practice rewires your brain over time. Neuroscientists call this emotional conditioning. Each morning, when you affirm control over your attitude, you're strengthening neural pathways associated with patience, optimism, and calmness. emotional triggers that once threw you off balance begin to lose their power over you. Shi Heng Yi teaches that true resilience isn't about avoiding challenges, but about developing the inner strength to handle them with grace and clarity. By setting your emotional tone every morning, you build a mental shield that makes you less reactive and more proactive. This emotional resilience doesn't just help you survive the day, it helps you grow through it. You develop the ability to face difficulties with emotional stability, making better decisions even under pressure. The longer you commit to this morning mindset, the more emotionally unshakable you become in all areas of life. What you repeatedly tell yourself in the first moments of your day acts like a software update for your subconscious mind. The subconscious is like a powerful supercomputer running in the background, influencing over 90% of your daily behaviors, decisions, emotions, and even your automatic reactions. Unfortunately, most people allow this powerful tool to run on outdated programs filled with fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. When you wake up and affirm, "I control my response today," you're sending a direct command to your subconscious. You're giving it new instructions, ones rooted in personal power, discipline, and emotional intelligence. This is why Shi Heng Yi emphasizes the importance of mental repetition and intention, setting early in the morning. Think of your subconscious mind like soil. If you plant seeds of confidence, control, and calmness every morning, those are the qualities that will grow throughout the day. But if you start your day with complaints, worries, or anger, you're planting weeds that will spread into every corner of your thoughts and actions. Programming your subconscious also affects how you perceive opportunities and challenges. For example, without conscious programming, a simple failure might feel like a personal defeat. But when your subconscious mind is conditioned for success and growth, you start seeing failure as feedback, as something to learn from. This mental reprogramming also impacts your ability to stay focused on your goals. Throughout the day, you'll notice that your brain starts looking for solutions instead of dwelling on problems. You'll find yourself thinking, "How can I handle this better?" rather than, "Why is this happening to me?" This is the kind of mindset shift that separates successful people from those stuck in cycles of negativity. Additionally, by setting this intention every morning, you improve your ability to stay calm under pressure. Your subconscious will begin guiding you toward actions that align with emotional control, productivity, and personal growth. Even during high-stress moments, your mind will gently remind you of your morning affirmation, helping you to pause, breathe, and choose the best possible response. Shi Heng Yi teaches that this daily mental programming is like sharpening a sword. The more consistent you are, the sharper and more resilient your mind becomes. Over time, this creates a powerful internal compass that keeps you aligned with your best self, no matter what external situations arise. Mindfulness isn't just a buzzword, it's a lifestyle, a mental discipline, and a daily practice of being fully present in each moment. Shi Heng Yi often speaks about the importance of awareness as the foundation of inner strength. By telling yourself every morning, "I have control over my mind, my attitude, and my response," you're doing more than reciting words. You're setting the tone for a mindful, intentional day. When you consciously choose this affirmation, you activate a higher state of awareness. This means you begin to notice things that usually go unnoticed. You become aware of how your body feels, how your thoughts are forming, and how your emotions are rising and falling. Instead of reacting impulsively, you create a small but powerful pause between stimulus and response. That pause is where growth happens. This level of mindfulness trains your brain to observe rather than automatically react. For example, when someone says something that would normally offend you, mindfulness allows you to notice the emotional trigger as it rises. You become aware of your breath speeding up, your muscles tensing, and your heart rate increasing. Instead of snapping back or feeling overwhelmed, you use that split-second awareness to calm yourself and choose a wise response. Shi Heng Yi refers to this as mental distance. It's the ability to step back from your immediate emotional reaction and assess a situation objectively. This doesn't make you passive, it makes you powerful. When you're mindful, you control the inner dialogue that often turns small issues into big emotional dramas. This awareness extends into other areas of your life too. You start noticing how your habits affect your mood, how your environment shapes your energy, and how certain people either uplift or drain you. You become more conscious of the foods you eat, the conversations you engage in, and even the media you consume. Mindfulness also brings clarity to your decision making. Throughout the day, you'll find yourself asking, is this response aligned with who I want to be? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Is this action moving me closer to peace or pulling me into negativity? This internal questioning, born from daily mindfulness practice, helps you stay aligned with your values and long-term goals. Over time, this heightened awareness becomes second nature. Even in stressful situations, your mind will automatically shift into observation mode before reacting. Shi Heng Yi's teachings emphasize that self-awareness is the first step towards self-mastery, and this morning affirmation becomes your gateway to building that awareness daily. One of the biggest mental traps that hold people back in life is the victim mindset, the belief that life is happening to you and that you have no control over your circumstances. This mindset leads to feelings of powerlessness, blame, resentment, and chronic dissatisfaction. But when you wake up every morning and affirm, I have control over my mind, my attitude, and my response today, you start breaking free from this self-destructive cycle. Shi Heng Yi often emphasizes that the first step toward personal freedom is taking full responsibility for your internal state, regardless of external situations. When you consciously tell yourself that you control your response, you're shifting your identity from that of a victim to that of a creator. You stop waiting for life to get easier, for people to treat you better, or for circumstances to align perfectly. Instead, you take ownership of your emotional reactions and how you choose to face life's challenges. For example, when something goes wrong, a failed project, a harsh comment from someone, or even an unexpected setback, you don't immediately spiral into self-pity or blame. Instead, you pause and remind yourself that while you can't control what just happened, you can absolutely control how you respond to it. This shift in thinking is incredibly empowering. It puts the steering wheel of your life back in your hands. Over time, this daily commitment to taking control over your mindset rewires your brain to look for solutions instead of problems. You become more proactive instead of reactive. Instead of asking, why does this always happen to me? You start asking, what can I learn from this? And how can I respond in a way that moves me forward? Another benefit of breaking free from the victim mindset is that your energy changes. People are naturally drawn to individuals who radiate self-control, emotional strength, and optimism. Opportunities start to flow towards you because you're no longer trapped in negativity and blame. Shi Heng Yi teaches that life is like a mirror. When you see yourself as a victim, life will reflect back more situations that reinforce that belief. But when you see yourself as someone who has control over their mind and responses, life begins to reflect back empowerment, progress, and peace. This daily affirmation becomes your personal declaration of independence from external control. It reminds you that while you can't predict every event that happens today, you are always in charge of your interpretation, your reaction, and your next step forward. Mental discipline isn't something we're born with, it's something we build, day by day, through intentional practice and repetition. Shi Heng Yi often compares mental discipline to physical training at the Shaolin temple. Just like muscles grow stronger with consistent effort, your mind becomes sharper, calmer, and more focused when you exercise it daily. By starting every morning with the affirmation, "I have control over my mind, my attitude, and my response today," you're engaging in one of the simplest yet most powerful forms of mental training. This is not just a feel-good statement, it's a deliberate act of self-conditioning. Each time you repeat it, you're reinforcing a mental habit of awareness, control, and emotional regulation. Mental discipline shows itself in small, everyday moments. For example, when you're tempted to scroll mindlessly on your phone for hours, your disciplined mind reminds you of your priorities. When you feel irritated by someone's words, your disciplined mind helps you pause before reacting. When procrastination starts creeping in, your disciplined mind pushes you to take that first step toward productivity. This daily ritual builds the foundation for emotional control, focus, and goal-oriented action. Over time, these small, consistent acts of discipline create big transformations. You become someone who sticks to commitments, someone who doesn't get easily distracted, and someone who maintains composure even when life feels chaotic. Shi Heng Yi often teaches that discipline isn't about punishment or restriction. It's about freedom. True freedom comes when you're no longer a slave to your moods, distractions, or external circumstances. Each morning, when you affirm your control over your mind and attitude, you're building this internal freedom muscle. Moreover, this daily discipline extends beyond your mindset and starts reflecting in other areas of your life, your fitness goals, your work ethic, your communication style, and even your sleep habits. People around you will notice that you're more intentional, more patient, and more driven. This daily practice also helps build mental resilience against emotional fatigue and burnout. Life will continue to throw curveballs, but because you've trained yourself every morning to choose discipline over emotional chaos, you'll handle challenges with more grace and strength. Ultimately, each time you declare your control over your mind at the start of the day, you're adding another layer to your mental armor, making you stronger, more focused, and better equipped to face anything the day brings. Energy is contagious. The way you think, feel, and carry yourself sends out invisible signals that other people can sense, consciously or unconsciously. Shi Heng Yi often speaks about the principle of inner energy alignment, where your internal state attracts external outcomes. When you wake up every morning and affirm, "I have control over my mind, my attitude, and my response today," you're not just motivating yourself, you're actively setting your energetic frequency for the entire day. When your energy starts with control, positivity, and self-discipline, you naturally attract better situations and people into your life. Conversations become more uplifting. Opportunities that align with your goals seem to present themselves more often. This isn't mystical, it's psychological. When you are mentally focused and emotionally stable, you begin noticing opportunities you might have previously overlooked. Your positive energy makes people more willing to help you, collaborate with you, and support your journey. This energy shift also influences your body language, tone of voice, and decision-making throughout the day. You walk with more confidence. You speak with more clarity and optimism. Your responses to challenges show emotional maturity. As a result, people start perceiving you as a leader, a problem solver, and someone they enjoy being around. Shi Heng Yi teaches that like attracts like. If you operate from a place of anger, frustration, or helplessness, life tends to mirror that energy back to you with more problems and resistance. On the other hand, when you radiate calmness, focus, and positive intent, life reflects more opportunities for growth, connection, and success. Your morning affirmation is like setting your inner compass. It aligns your thoughts, words, and actions with the kind of reality you want to experience. For example, if you're looking for new career opportunities, your focused and positive energy makes you stand out during interviews or networking. If you're seeking deeper personal relationships, your balanced and controlled attitude makes others feel safe and valued in your presence. This energetic alignment also enhances your creativity and problem-solving skills. When your mind isn't clouded by negativity or emotional chaos, you're better able to generate fresh ideas and take decisive action. You become someone who people trust to handle responsibilities because your energy communicates reliability and strength. Over time, this consistent morning practice turns you into a magnet for positivity, not because luck suddenly favors you, but because your mindset, your energy, and your daily responses start attracting better outcomes by design, not by chance. So as you wake up tomorrow morning and every morning after that, remember this: you hold the remote control to your life. You decide which channel to tune into, whether it's stress or peace, anger or gratitude, reaction or response. This simple yet powerful sentence, "I have control over my mind, my attitude, and my response today," is not just a set of words. It's a commitment, a mindset, and a lifestyle choice. When you start your day with this declaration, you're not just setting yourself up for success that day. You are reshaping your future, one thought, one choice, and one response at a time. Because in the end, your power lies not in what happens to you, but in how you choose to respond. Thank you.